I did it again. Welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. You are watching Daily Dive. I am your host, Michael Carvelis, live in Guyton, Georgia. It is Thursday, May 29th, 2025, and we are live on 12 on Sports via YouTube and Twitter/X. Reminder to please subscribe to the 12 on Sports YouTube channel for other great shows and live sports. On today's awesome show, 300,000. What that number means as the NLL reports a record in finals viewership for Game 3. NLL and Pixar, kind of. I'll explain. We'll have some fun on this show. Looking back / what we learned. What are some things that we can take away from this season on the field and more off the field that we're looking forward to for next season? We want to first let you know this show is presented by the ticketing platform at 12onsports.com. Head over to 12ozsports.com and click the tickets tab, and there you can search your favorite events, whether it be sports, music, Broadway, or theater, and get them for less. It's a win-win. You help us, we help you. You'll scratch my back, I scratch yours, that kind of thing. I've never done that before. I'll never do it again. But yeah, head over there. Go to 12onsports.com/tickets, or again, 12ozsports.com. Click the tickets tab. And if you're on mobile, click the 3 bars / menu thing and click tickets from there. Alrighty, folks, let's first get in to this. We're going to be talking about the NLL Finals viewership. This, of course, graphic is from the NLL itself because they reported for Game 3, and I will read the tweet verbatim. It says, most viewed NLL Finals in history, next major league. It says on the graphic, 300,000 plus viewers. That's P2 plus viewers across North America. For those of you that don't know that language, it's basically, I believe, at the prime time spot because it was like 4 o'clock. But then I just thought it was an interesting graphic here because it says, first of all, North America. That's a big deal because it's not Canada. It's not the United States, it's just North America as a whole. I'm going to tell you why that's important in a minute here. Also, something I'm just a little bit confused on. I'm not trying to harp on the NLL for doing this. Tomorrow's our season finale. I'm not in a bad mood today. I'm never in a bad mood. It just happens. So it specifies in the graphic Game 3, as you'll see right here. And then it says most viewed NLL Finals in history. I would assume those numbers are specifically from Game 3, because remember, Game 1 and Game 2, you've got, the ESPN Plus kind of thing. I would assume the graphic is more accurate than the tweet itself, and that's a good thing. Don't give me no cheap stuff here. But let me take you into behind the scenes for just a moment here. I have seen some numbers before. I've heard people talk about the numbers before. I will tell you this. One, TSN is getting, I would say, over 200,000, or at least half. They are guaranteed more than 50% is from TSN. The NLL, of course, is nationally broadcast on TSN in Canada. ESPN2, yes, that was good, but make no mistake that a lot of this might have also come from the college lacrosse men's Final Four, when I believe, some Maryland had just beaten Syracuse and then proceeded to lose to Cornell then on Monday or whatever. But I've seen numbers before. It would make sense like over a half of that was from TSN. I would assume there's some ESPN Plus in there. I could be wrong about that. But I've seen numbers from the United States side of it before. If you're from Canada, please forgive me while I go on a slight little, not rant, but just explanation. The NLL Finals for Colorado Buffalo a few years ago got 71,000 on ESPN2. a few years ago. I thought that was like, I'll put it this way: on ESPNU, we get at the very best 20,000, and that's not a joke. Like, that is not me hating. That is a factual database that says that. Okay. If you want to look it up, it's ustvb.com. You have to go through, or ustvdb or something like that.com. You have to go through hell to find it, but you'll find it. And it shows you those numbers from 2023, I believe, because it would be like beginning of 2023. Again, ESPNU is updated pretty regularly, which is where the NLL usually gets its linear coverage. And I put linear in quotes because ESPNU, there are a lot of packages that even my family has had in the past where ESPNU was either not included or like you had to dig through the coals of a TV guide to find it. So that's not like 20,000 being our absolute capacity on there. You've heard me say 15,000 or 20,000. You've heard me in a previous rant say why YouTube would be better because of those numbers. The ESPN2 piggybacking off of the final of the Final Four is very interesting because, reminder, that Maryland Penn State game ran way over. So while Maryland was beating the absolute brakes off of Penn State, I believe that was the game, it was an hour into the game. So and I love the fact that the first quarter lasted an hour. That was fantastic. Or something along those lines. 45 minutes at least. I was like, wow, this is great. More reviews, refs, for once in our lives. But no, I do believe we're helped out by that, which, to be fair, Brett Frude, Joel Feld, Kurt Unziger, I'm sure they all were not, it couldn't have been the worst thing in the world to sell to sponsors in the future. Side note on the sponsors here, I've been seeing Eero giving NASCAR teams some sponsorships. I'm seeing them pop up way more. So the fact the NLL may have been first to that is pretty cool. I haven't looked into the Eero numbers, but I just wanted to shout that out for a minute because that seems like a pretty decent deal so far. It seems like a good brand besides just, Gatorade Canada on a graphic. But no, I just wanted to mention that it's good that we did get that hour-long overlap. And the website I had was not showing the ESPN2 numbers yet. It showed it from Thursday for some reason. And those numbers said 71,000, but I didn't want to say that was a real thing. I'm still trying to learn the database myself. But long story short, Canada gets the bulk of these numbers. United States, I would guess, had 50 or 75. I would hope it's more than that, but that's my assumption, again, based on seeing these numbers before, trying to understand them before. That would make sense. So I do believe Canada got, I would say 180,000 plus, and I could ask around to see if TSN got more than that. I wouldn't be mad. But I would say, again, Canada gets at least half of this guaranteed. ESPN Plus is maybe sprinkled in. I don't know if they get that information available that quickly. I say quickly, and that term is used lightly. But yeah, also, yeah, so I just wanted to mention that to people. I just want to explain that to people. It was a very good thing the NLL did do the college thing because, again, the sponsors are not going to understand. They might, but I don't think sponsors are going to sit there and say, well, this game went an hour over, because all that does is you still get to see that at that time slot, and technically that was the NLL's time slot. Come on, wink, wink. So I'm not trying to steer away any sponsors, but for those of you that are going to be hardcore watchers of the show as this show continues to grow, I'll just say that. I also want to take this moment to give a gigantic, and I mean huge, shout out to Chase Fraser when he went on Pat McAfee show today. Now, I will just say, as a person who is cautiously optimistic here, I don't know if the word is skeptic, I don't want to say that, but I'm hoping Pat McAfee does not steal a boatload of my viewers. I wouldn't be mad if the NLL got more exposure, but give me some love here. Got to get some sponsors this summer. But I wanted to mention that Chase Fraser was asked, first of all, the fact that Pat McAfee had him on the show It's freaking awesome. And I want to also say this. Chase Fraser, according to Pat McAfee said, you are the reason I'm watching and will continue to watch. So Chase Fraser, thank you. Now I got some cute, runs around the internet. But Chase Fraser's goal scoring in the playoffs and the finals has been amazing. And he got Pat McAfee, one of the biggest lacrosse supporters with a platform right now. He got him hooked on the NLL. Pat McAfee has said on 2 different episodes now that the NLL is his style of lacrosse. And it's fast. And I just want to take this moment. If this does get bigger and explode in the next few months because of Pat McAfee, I just want to say, folks, we are close. We are so close. The light has never been brighter. I know it sounds stupid and kind of loser to say, but dang it, we are so close, man. And we are breaking the fact that the guy, and I know he's not technically in bed with ESPN, even though he's on their platform. I want to mention the PLL has clearly been in that guy's pocket or something similar has happened, okay? This guy had CJ Kirst on, good for CJ Kirst. But the fact this guy, Chase Fraser, got Pat McAfee to say those words out loud, which is what box lacrosse fans have been saying the whole time. We don't even care if you have a field game. Just don't pretend. Just don't ignore us, Paul Rabel. Just don't ignore us, And for Pat McAfee with his platform to say to people, that is my style of lacrosse, and it's fast, it's physical. Woo! I am still on cloud 9 about that. I cannot thank that enough for happening. But I just want to, and Chase Fraser was asked questions like, is every arena like Banditland? Chase answered it perfectly. He did say, Colorado and Calgary get great numbers, which they do. And there are awesome atmospheres. But then he said Banditland is the place to be. Very almost like perfect answer. Like you couldn't have worded that better. I know Pat McAfee was not trying to back him into a corner there, but boy, that could have gone bad. Well, we got Panther City that folded because they had no fans. Like, let's hope Pat McAfee doesn't do that much research yet. Maybe he has, I don't know. But Chase Fraser, you were amazing. Pat McAfee's a fan, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I didn't want to make that entire segment, but it does help that we're also on ESPN2 and you and TSN. I like the way. Thank you, Chase Fraser, and thank you, Pat McAfee. But be generous with the viewers, will we? Just saying. And I have to get better too. Like I've said before, as this space grows, I want to grow with it. Okay, I don't want to sit back and be complacent here. I will not always just be in my mother's attic, if you will. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And we're the rocket ship emoji. The sky's the limit. Invest in Doge. Invest in the NLL. You're welcome. Okay, when we come back to this awesome show, I did a fun little project. I'll explain on the other side. It's Pixar and NLL, kind of. And don't quote me completely on that, but we'll be right back. Daily Dive. I'm on 12 on Sports.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're watching Daily Dive on 12-Ounce Sports. I'm your host, Michael Carvelis. This is the only, still, despite Pat McAfee just saying, I'm so mean, the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. You can Google that. It's true. It's true. Google it. We're the best. We've always been the I can do impressions. I cannot do a Trump impression. I do not know why. I'm very, again, nothing you cared about. But yeah, we mainly talk NLL. Tomorrow's our season 3 finale. So I'm happy about that. I'm not happy as a finale. I'm happy as we can take a deep breath. It is Thursday, May 29th, 2025. The time is currently 4:18 on the East Coast. Okay. I think I have this saved to my computer. You've seen the rounds on social media. Taylor Jensen, of course, was our Fresh Fits champion. There is his graphic. He also shared it to his Instagram. We want to thank Taylor Jensen for the Lord's work there. Like 40 likes on Instagram, which again, for an NLL show is a big deal. So Taylor Jensen, I didn't give a graphic yesterday. I probably should have, but there's that one. I'm not a great graphics guy, but I feel like he deserved a graphic, and good for him. And shout the fans, man. Rochester fans showed out. Like, there's still some of you guys out there. Maybe some new Nighthawks fans. Also, side note, I found this videos. I don't know why I didn't notice this when it was happening. Taylor Jensen did some Between Two Ferns parody called Between Two Posts. Those weren't terrible, actually. I was surprised. It's on Twitter at Rock Nighthawks. But yeah, ROC Nighthawks. Okay. Hear me out. I did a thing. Not only did I pay for Chat GPT because I'm amazing. When I say pay, I mean like $20 a month. I might cancel the subscription. I paid $20. I want this came about not organically. Like, I didn't just think of this information. I kind of just like had an idea from something else. Like, I was looking at somebody's story on Snapchat, and I was like, you know what? This would be kind of fun. I started playing around with the Pixar stuff. So imagine if the NLL and Pixar had a collaboration. Kind of. Like, remember those actually, this would have been a great time to use this. Remember like those little action figure things people were doing? Well, I got something for you. The NLL and Pixar, again, kind of, because ChatGPT made these things for me. The first one I'll get to, we're going to do Lyle Thompson, okay? You've seen the picture of Lyle Thompson on his, I believe it's his Twitter profile picture. Well, there you go. There is Lyle Thompson. That picture's Pixar version, and you're like, oh, that's okay, Michael. It's not bad. The Nike swoosh, by the way, is great touch there. But that's not all. Like, you're like, well, okay, thank you. Well, it gets better. It gets funnier too. We also have, remember like Dane Smith holding up his of course I didn't download it. Remember Dane Smith holding up his number 3, like this picture, like he's got the championship. I don't know why I didn't do the graphic here, but you'll see I do have the actual Chat GPT Pixar lookalike. It originally gave him 4, but he hasn't 4 PDA. He's only got 3. So here's Dane Smith as a 3-time winner of the NLL Cup. I love this. Listen, the kid inside me is ecstatic right now. Next up, let's do Taylor Jensen, Fresh Fits winner. This picture was used in his Fresh Fits And there's Taylor Jensen as a listen. When you got good genetics, even Pixar recognizes. And you'll notice that because here's the next thing. Here is me. Because I'm an NLL talk show host. Yeah, listen, okay? Again, compare Taylor Jensen's Pixar chat GPT art with me. This is unbelievable. It's unfortunate, okay? It's not fair. Yeah, I deserve that. I need to lose weight. It's cool. All right, my next one is my favorite one. Pat Gregoire and Teddy Jenner, friends of the show. Pat Gregoire's like a best friend. Teddy Jenner, it's my fault for not having him on more. Pat Gregoire and Teddy Jenner are amazing broadcasters, and I had some there's a picture of them. I want to first show you that picture. Pay attention to Pat Gregoire's I'll say attitude or face disposition there, because I feel like it's noteworthy when I show you the Pixar version, which did not. They looks great, but Teddy looks so much happier than Pat. I don't know why that cracks me up, but it taking Pat Gregoire's face doing this to making him look like he doesn't want to be there or like he's super serious and never cracks a joke on live TV. But thank you. So Chat GPT, thank you. Pixar, thank you for existing in the first place. Even though you had nothing to do with this is not Pixar. I just used their logo. That's why I said kind of. It's like they allegedly, like he killed a guy allegedly. I don't know why my mind went there first, but yeah. Again, Lyle Thompson, I will post these on social media later. Dane Smith, I'll make that a graphic later officially. I love the star for the NLL logo too. Taylor Jensen, me, and of course Pat and Teddy, or should I say Petty and Tats. Looks like Teddy and I have been to Pizza Planet too much. Yes, Toy Story references! Love it! Red Kraken 18 says, did you know the NLL was on TSN in the early 2010s? I did not know that. And I meant to talk about that before I did this segment, but that's awesome. I love that. I don't know. This guy, I don't know if he has sources. I'm not going to, the fact that I have sources, I don't know if he does. I heard Toronto could trade one of their top 3 picks. Listen, I said they could, but again, we already did that topic. I said they could have Ryan Smith and Jeff Tita and the number 3 pick in the draft if they play with their food correctly. So, yeah. I thought that was a fun segment. Again, a lighthearted show today. We come back, we're going to continue that theme, not Pixar theme. We're going to just continue the theme of getting better. When I talk about what we learned this season on and off the field. Thank you for tuning in. Kai the goalie, I'll answer your question on the other side. You're watching Daily Dive.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
You need tickets to that next event? We've got them. That's right, tickets.12ozsports.com. Get you to any sporting event, concert, theater event that you can think of. And the promo code 12OZ or ROME gets you an additional discount. Don't feed the massive ticket corporate machine. Go to tickets.12ozsports.com and enjoy the show. America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're watching Daily Dive, the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talks from the planet, NLL centric, obviously. We are live on 12 on Sports. Thursday, May 29th, 2025. The time is currently 4:26 on the East Coast. 12onsports.com. Get your tickets for less by clicking that tab, or going to 12onsports.com/tickets. Sports, music, Broadway, theater. You save money. Capiche? Okay. I told you I wouldn't do that again. Kai the goalie has asked me, and I feel like I answered this before, but I'll say it again because Kai probably clicked off last time. Are you going to cover? Oh, he did not. Okay, I get the question now. Are you going to cover Canadian Summer League since you are anti-PLL? I will just say tomorrow I will have an interview on the season finale that will kind of answer that a little bit. Canadian, but there are some box things I'm getting into, and I will retweet some PLL happenings, not like transactions, but like if a major trade happens or if another NLL player leaves, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm kidding. If a playoffs or champion, if a team goes undefeated, if a sick goal is scored, yeah, I'll share it on Daily Dive LAX. But personally, no. Although I will also say, I can announce this. Monday, like every Monday for the summer, I will be doing Mike Sit It First again. That will be at 1 o'clock Eastern. I might do 4. I believe it's 1 o'clock. I might do 4 o'clock. We'll see. 1 o'clock Eastern every Monday. Yeah, 4 o'clock Eastern every Monday. We'll do that. But I'm going to talk about NFL, NBA. I'll dabble in some NASCAR. I'll also give some lacrosse updates there. So that way I'm not totally out of lacrosse, but it won't be daily, but it will be Mondays. Mike Sit It First, also on 12 on Sports. Yeah. Let's get to looking back / what we learned this season. First of all, we're going to on the field. I don't have a graphic for this. Time was running thin. What can I say? We've learned that, how can I put this? Las Vegas cannot get any worse. It is tough. It's tough. Again, this is on the field stuff. It's just tough seeing that. They were outscored by a boatload and a yacht all season long. So I did just want to mention that. And I feel like it's noteworthy because, again, if they can't get any worse, they don't even, the draft picks are, again, like, they don't have the boatload of those either. Toronto's got the top 3 draft picks. But yeah, this season, Las Vegas was outscored by 67 goals, the 4-14 record. For reference, no other team was outscored by 30. So that just, it's bad. It's not a good look right now. We'll see how they do going forward. I think they will be fine, though. Another thing we learned is that Halifax is a stable market. We've known this before, but constantly is this team, even if they lose in the first round of the playoffs, fans are showing up. And that's kind of off the field, but Halifax's performance this season was amazing. They've shown they're a stable product in Halifax / Nova Scotia. Halifax is in Nova Scotia, obviously. But I wanted to say that because we also learned that Halifax might be a contender next year. I don't know how the Warren Hill contract situation happens. We'll have to see. But again, I don't think they're in a bad place right now. Even with Micah Kersey. I don't know if they're over when I don't know why it does it. Holy cow, my microphone is insane. That was really weird. This segment sucks. Anyways, I think Halifax has a sellable product in Halifax, and I'm very happy for that. Buffalo cannot just three-peat, they might four-peat if Matt Vince comes back. Matt Vince has shown us he is still amazing. Yeah, I know. I kind of always behind, but I know. Yeah. So again, great work by the Bandits, but I do think if Matt Vince comes back next season, and no one's talking about his retirement all of a sudden, then yeah, they'll be great. Saskatchewan has a product that I believe will be back. Adam Levy, who I guess is back in lacrosse coverage. He did say on Twitter, he guarantees the Rush will be back in the finals sometime soon. So early season predictions for Adam Levy, I'm not sure. Welcome back, Adam, by the way. We also learned that Dylan Ward needs help, and so does Jeff Teat. I mean, we already knew about Jeff Teat, but Dylan Ward carrying the torch, man. Like this, my goalie of the year, Dylan Ward, this guy. But what do I know? And now off the field, we have learned officially, thanks to Ty Marrow, great article by him. The NLL needs to change its voting around just a little bit. The fact that Zach Currier was not an MVP candidate was a little bit weird. The fact that some guys can win awards like, again, Frank Giuliano and missing 2 games was a little bit weird. I just thought I'd mention those things. I'm not trying to hate on the league right now. Just Ty Marrow brought to light something that we already were saying. And I'm very happy the article was incredible. We also learned the broadcast of the NLL needs some work, even though I do like it, but I feel like we need some work. A pregame show, or even a pregame show would be nice, or even a postgame show of sorts. And I know, well, Dilly Dive can do that. Listen, that would be great. But one, I don't have a big sponsor yet, and I'm doing a Dilly show as it is. And 2, yeah, that's the number one's the only reason. Okay, like I can't just keep on. I can't do this thing 7 days a week, folks. I can watch the games, but sometimes it's like it gets a little bit frustrating, and I can't just commit every single weekend having a whole pregame and postgame show. Like, guys, come on now, I got a life to live. Again, I'm watching the games, but it's like, holy cow. Well, this little sneak peek into what we do here on Dilly Dive. We also learned that the NLL is a sellable product. And I know people, diehard fans knew that before. But as I said before, when the show, early in the show, Eero making its rounds. They're on NASCAR sponsorships. I've seen them like on social media being advertised. Like they're out there. I'm impressed with Eero. We've seen the hotel planner thing. We've just seen stuff happening. The Pat McAfee stuff with Chase Fraser. We've seen Zach Belter, God bless him. And Chase Fraser did mention that. That was funny. But Zach Belter and Elijah Gash fighting. Another funny thing, look up on the YouTube of the NLL. The fights are always the best thing, either that or Bandits Championships are the most viewed thing. But yeah, we learned the NLL. We know now is a sellable product because Pat McAfee is not a slouch. Got Pat McAfee, Barstool, and Joe Rogan talking about this thing. Again, hopefully we don't lose too many viewers to those guys here on Daily Dive and 12 on Sports. That's why we must get better, like I said. But again, I'm not angry at the fact that the NLL proved itself pretty good this year, even if it kind of backed into Chase Fraser goals. Like, I don't know if Pat McAfee thing may not ever happen if Chase Fraser is not a circus animal. I mean, and by circus animal, I mean like a performer. This guy's amazing. Yeah. And you agree. Pat McAfee, spelled with 2 T's by Kyle the goalie, can get eyes on lacrosse, grow the game. Agreed. That's things we learned. What have you learned from the NLL season? I'm just excited. I know CBA could be a big thing, but I'm very excited. I hope that with this new recent coverage of the game, not just by Daily Dive, maybe when we spearheaded the whole thing, but not just by Daily Dive, but by Morning Shoot Around with Del Bianco, Tyler Pace, and Kino Farah, by Joe Rogan, by Pat McAfee, by Barstool. Let's hope the players and owners, both parties, can get a deal done. Because I think that's what the fans deserve. That's what this league deserves. Even if both of them have to take a little bit of step back. I'm just saying. I feel like we're right there. And for the first time in 35 years, can you actually say that? Maybe 20 years ago you could. It didn't happen. We're here. And embrace this. Again, I'm talking to players and owners. Embrace this. Take one last slice of humble pie. And I can almost assure you, when we get a massive sponsor like Verizon, AT&T blocked me in case you missed it on Twitter. But if we get like a Verizon or a, sparkling water, I don't know, something, some big thing, then we're set. We're here. We're good. Just eat one more cake that doesn't taste that great. Like, I get it. It's hard. But I'm begging the players and the owners, do it one more time, and you will feed generations to come. Brother got some bars. Okay. Tomorrow's our season finale, in case you missed it. Kyle the goalie did not want to spelling bee, but he's a Georgia Swarm fan. Get it? The pun, the bees. Okay, whatever. So yeah. Follow us at Daily Dive LAX on Twitter and Instagram. We appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, for commenting. What time should the show be next year? 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock? I kind of like the 4 o'clock time, especially working overnight shift, but if 1 o'clock was cool, let me know. Again, the key here is to engage with the show live, and that's a big deal. I know a lot of people watch the replay, but what do you guys like? Kyle the goalie, what do you like? 1 o'clock? He might like 4 o'clock because he might be in school. No phones in school, pal! But yeah, just follow us on social media to hear updates and all kind of stuff, voting, etc. Also, you can check out the link tree in our social media bios to see the shop where we have amazing merchandise. Again, the season finale is tomorrow. Cannot wait to talk to you then. Same time, same place, 4 o'clock. It's been real. Also, it's 6:30 today. I'll be on a show called What Just Happened. Viewer discretion is advised sometimes. But yeah, this has been a presentation of 12 on Sports. You've been watching Daily Dive. Unfortunately, we'll wrap it up tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.